So I'm actually the last of my tribe to come to Ghana, but as you know, and as it's been said, so shall the last be first. Yo, I am Diallo Sumbri, Nkosuohene of Nyame Bekyere, aka 901, aka Nana Bakopet. So in 2014, I made my first journey to Ghana. And as I said before, I said it was a spiritual journey, but I didn't get into specifics.
So we here in Nyame Bekyere with NAACP to be the first in front of the shrine, and that's customary. I'm here to complete my rites. So on arrival, after we've gotten settled in Eden, I'm about to go into the shrine to present drinks for the three deities in the candle, and to say thank you for and to inform them that I'm here, I've made it, to say thank you for a safe arrival. So we have the three drinks for the three deities.
The idea they should protect your family back.
And while I'm here, I say out to ask and pray that they protect the family back home.
Why don't you eat?
So we have gin for NAACP,
What about a skip some present?
whiskey for Nkosuohene,
Big something.
and schnapps
And
for Daddy, which is my spirit,
I think the old man is
in the candle.
Light a candle project.
Light the candle.
Well, I'm going to go on time. So, what?
I heard this voice to tell me, yo, you're not going to get to the next level of your life, whatever that is going to be for you, until you get spiritual discipline. So I went searching for spiritual discipline, and that search led me to my teacher, NAACP to be the first, who's the Nkosuohene of the Nana Surgery Shrine in Latte. Now, I grew up in DC, New Jersey, New York, and I grew up around traditional African spirituality. I grew up around the Akan system. I grew up around the Yoruba Ifa system. So I was very familiar with Africa, and I was very familiar with African spirituality, but I hadn't delved into it myself. And like I said, I was the last. I was the last of my tribe. So many of my family members, my wife, my mother, my sister, so many people had gone through their spiritual training, but mine came at the right time that it came for me. So in 2014, I completed my process, and I had to travel to Ghana, and this is where I landed, right here in Nyame Bekyere, and I spent the next 5 to 6 weeks here completing my training. Now, I hadn't really talked about this publicly until now, especially when I first came to Ghana, because, you know, people in Ghana are still pretty conservative, and at the time, I was really worried about people saying, oh, you do that traditional African stuff? Oh, you a devil worshiper, or oh, voodoo this and voodoo that. But now that I'm a little bit settled, I don't mind actually telling y'all that I came to Ghana in 2014 to complete my training as an Akomfo. And an Akomfo is a traditional Akan priest. So that's why I literally came here, finished my training. I mean, it was just love. I got love from the beginning I walked in this village. The process was crazy. All of the customs. If you notice, I had locks. I had locks most of my life. So I really had locks most of my life. And then when I came here to Ghana for my training, that was actually my second pair of locks and my second time cutting them. So, you know, you go through, and most of you people who know anything about Akan culture, they call them Mpesi. So many of the traditional Akan priests have Mpesi. So I have my Mpesi, I grew them out, and then I cut them as a part of my graduation. I did all of the official things, had my durbar, all of the things that you do when you're becoming a traditional priest. So then I left to go home, and then I came back again in 2016, and when I came back in 2016, it was actually for another graduation, my brother and some people that he was graduating with. So this was my first time in Accra. So in 2016 was the first time I went to visit Accra. I was only in Accra for like 36 to 48 hours, and it was bananas. It was crazy, we had a crazy time. So when I came back, to this village, my teacher, Nyame Jabi the First, pulled me aside and he said, I have a message from the shrine for you. Now, I thought that the message was going, I thought that the spirits had snitched on me. And I thought that they was going to talk about what we did the night before, but it wasn't. What it was a message with him telling me, yo, your spirit has told me that if you decide to set roots in Ghana, if you choose Ghana as your home, everything will go well for you. All doors will open, you'll find your destiny, you'll do so many things that you never thought that you could do if you do that in Ghana. And that sounded real good to me. I'm sure it sounds real good to you. So from there, I said, okay, well, if that's the case, then let me come back on my own. Let me come back on my own. So again, this is 2016. This was like in around April, May, June 2016. I can't really remember. So I came back again Thanksgiving of that year, 2016, and I decided that I would just take the Trotro. I decided that I would take public transportation to go around and kind of discover Ghana on my own. I went to Cape Coast, I went to Kumasi, I spent some time in Accra, met a lot of different people. Now mind you, I knew a lot of people who was doing tours to Ghana back then. I knew a lot of people who had been traveling to Ghana for over 20 years. One of my closest brothers and friends, Nana Osei, he had been coming to Ghana. He's the OG of this. He had been coming to Ghana. He completed his spiritual training a long time ago. But I came, and then 2016, I said, wait a minute. So then I began advertising my first trip to Ghana. I went on Facebook, and I was like, yo, who want to come to Ghana with me? So a lot of people said yes. So boom, now the journey started. So next year, 2017, I wind up coming to Ghana 4 times. I was introduced to Mr. Nkosuohene, CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority in DC, on one of my visits back home there. He and I started talking. So now, boom, I'm working on bringing the Backyard Band. But 2017 is when I brought my first group to Ghana. The group that I was planning to bring in November actually wasn't my first group. My first group wound up coming in June, and I brought a group of middle school students here to Ghana. So boom, 2017, I'm in Ghana 4 times. Came in June with a group of middle school students to celebrate their 8th grade graduation. And then I came to my first Afrochella, Afrofuture, in December 2017. But I came here and brought my group in the end of 2017. 2018, bam, now I came to Ghana 8 times in 2018. 2018, I brought the Backyard Band. I had started promoting that the year before. That's how I met Mr. Nkosuohene, like, yo, I'm bringing this go-go band to Ghana. You know, everything about go-go is so African, the call and response, the percussion. It was a crazy, humongous task for me, but we made it happen. So we brought the Backyard Band in March of 2018. Now, what wind up happening is that's when I really started pitching this concept of Ghana celebrating 400 years, of commemorating 400 years of the first documented enslaved Africans to arrive in the United States. My sister called me and was like, hey, have you heard of HR 1242? I brought that to the Ghanaian government. So in early 2018, I brought the full Backyard Band. We had about close to 70 people that came. Then I had the benefit of taking the Ghana Tourism Authority to the US, to 3 states, DC, New York, and Chicago for a tour. It was there where I met the people from Ebony magazine, wind up coming with Ebony magazine in August of 2018. When we came 2018 with Ebony magazine, they did their tour. That's when we launched the Year of Return at the National Theater in Ghana. Again, that year, I told you I came 8 times. It's still a blur what I did every time, but it was one central thing. Every time I came, the first place I went to when I got off the plane was Bekyere. I would come to Bekyere, say my prayers, do my shrine work, and then I would go about the town to handle my business. And then before I left, I would come back here, and this would also be my last stop. So again, this place has remained a very important place for me in my center. So when I say where I got started, and I say I got started in Bekyere, that's why. So then 2018, we had the NAACP came. Later that year, we had Ebony magazine came in August. Later that year, shouts out to my man, Terry Apone. I appreciate you, bro. Terry connected me with the NAACP. NAACP came at the end of that year. And then we had planned a trip called Jamestown to Jamestown that will happen the next year, 2019, where we wind up coming with a whole plane load of people, like 250 people. So boom, now fast forward to 2019, I came to Ghana a million times. I can't even remember how many times I came, but I spent pretty much the whole year 2019. COVID happened. Now, what happened in 2020? I wound up spending a lot of time right here in this village. I got trapped here for COVID. I didn't believe that it was a real thing. I thought it was a farce. I thought the whole world was being sensational and overreacting until I heard the president say, Ghana is now closed to air, land, and sea. So I was stuck here, but I spent the time in the village. So this is when I really got to know the people of Nyame Bekyere. And this is also when they got to know me. Come to find out later that year, they had been working behind my back and selected me to be Nkosuohene. Nkosuohene is the chief of development. So that happened then. I did all of the rituals. I actually think that happened in 2019. My years get mixed up because I'll be running back and forth, right? But 2020, I was here during COVID. And in 2020, I wrote my book, A Smart Ghana Repatriation Guide, while I was here in the village. I sat here and I wrote the book out mainly because of so much misinformation, malinformation, and just wrong information about the year of return that I kept hearing from people. And I'm like, yo, where are y'all getting this thing from? Who said you get free land? There's no such thing as free land. Who said you get free citizenship? Like, where's all this stuff coming from? So I wrote the book to really help with the misinformation that I was hearing. Wrote that book in 2020. So now, again, I'm still here in Ghana in 2020. 2021, boom, started this program with African Ancestry family reunions. We started going to other countries and stuff like that. It's the year after the year of return. I did Afrofuture that year. Yo, shouts out to Kenny, shouts out to Abdul. Y'all already know, every year I'm on your neck talking about I need tables, I need VVIP. So I'm like, I consider myself an Afrochella, Afrofuture, VVIP All-Star because I've been buying out tables since 2017. So 2021, now, boom, I'm traveling all over West Africa. Nyame Bekyere is still my home. 2022, I'm still here. 2021, I'm moving through. So 2022, I decided to do my actual Enstoolment. So when you get Enstooled, like I told you, you do the ritual first. All of that happened. I did all of the official rituals. And then in 2022, I decided to do my outdooring. So in 2022, I did my outdooring. Shouts out to my brother Taye, the Wild African, because he's the one who introduced me to Gabriel Union and Dwayne Wade. That was a whole crazy situation. They pulled up at the Enstoolment. Shouts out to my brother Cam, Casey, Animal, everybody with Black Alley. Black Alley from DC came and pulled up for my Enstoolment. That was crazy. Shouts out to the African Ancestry family reunion members who pulled up for my Enstoolment. That was at the end of 2022. 2023, we still here plugging away. Got a couple projects in the ground. Started building the Nyame Bekyere, started building the community center, building the guest house. We still plugging away, 2023. At the end of 2023, we hit a peak. The largest group that we had ever brought to Ghana. Shouts out to Karen Williams with Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. We pulled it off and we brought 300 of them. 2024, still plugging away. We're doing our tours, we working. We still, 2023 and 2024, I decided to take a step back, even though I was still doing my business, but I served as the president of the African American Association of Ghana, which was a volunteer position. Shouts out to Mama Norma, shouts out to Mama Erna, shouts out to Mama Dolores, shouts out to all of the mamas and babas who encouraged me to do that, who felt like the association needed me. And now here I am in 2025. I'm still here pushing. I'm still here plugging away. My properties are opening this year. We've been working harder. We're working smarter. We've built capacity. It's a whole team of us right now. I'm the co-owner of Oasis Beach Resort. I'm with my brothers and my sisters. So we've built capacity for 901 to actually now step out, tell his story, and to let you know. And what's crazy about all of this, I just ran down all of these years to you for all of the things that we've done. And I'm of course leaving out some details. I'm not telling you every single thing, but you can catch that in my book that's coming out. My memoir that I'm releasing where I'll go through all of the little details. But the crazy thing I'm gonna take my glasses off. The crazy thing is we just getting started. If you made it this far in the video, I wanna show an immense amount of gratitude. I wanna say thank you for watching. If you've been following my journey thus far, I wanna say thank you. If you've made a contribution to our community center, I wanna say thank you. If you've prayed for me in the quiet when nobody could hear you but you and your God, I wanna say thank you. I wanna thank you for the love. I wanna thank you for the encouragement. Please, make sure you follow me across all social media at The Real 901. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page at The Real 901. Make sure you get on our mailing list. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to follow the leader. that you know 901 in Ghana is doing some real things, big things, not just for itself, but for the community and for the family. Peace.